Minnie. Oh, what? Hi, I'm Minnie Hunt, and I'm here today in Lincoln, Nebraska, getting ready to go to the Colorado and Husker game tomorrow. I'm sitting here with two of my favorite people, Johnston from Corn Nation and Connor Hayden from Corn Crazed. I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions because you both are the pioneers that started all of this.
He's a pioneer.
I don't know. You know what we say in our industry is the pioneers are the ones with the arrows in the back. So I'm not sure about that.
I'm not a pioneer, but I will say this is the last place I know you guys were expecting to see us, in a hotel room, collabing, doing the best we can.
Minnie.
Yeah, me, Jon, Minnie. It's a crazy collab. I know this was not expected, but Minnie's going to do a great job interviewing Jon. He has so much insight to share. You know, he's the OG. Like she said, he's a pioneer in his space. He has a lot of insight to offer. And we're just glad that Minnie, Jon, and I were able to meet in person for the first time, because I've met Minnie many times, but I've never met Jon. I'll tell you what, he's taller in person. I promise you he's taller in person. But yeah, Minnie, I'll let you take it away.
You thought I was a decrepit old man. You thought I was going to walk in all hunched over, didn't you?
There are a lot of people online who probably have the same perception, okay?
Oh, God, come on.
All right,
I
Jon.
left the car all by myself.
I'm not saying you couldn't.
I just need to know,
Yes.
for our viewers,
What?
motivated you to go to the bathroom?
Are we starting at the bathroom? Or you're going to start where it began?
Well, we kind of know where it began. You used to write. Go ahead.
No, it began in 2020.
Okay. Ooh, I don't know.
After the Minnesota game, I was standing at the game. Remember, 2020 was a pandemic year.
Yeah.
Minnesota came to Nebraska, and they were about 30, 35 players down due to COVID, including like 4 line starters, 2 from the offensive line, 2 from the defensive line, and they beat us. And I was so angry about that. I was standing at my door. It was about 15 degrees outside. I live in Minnesota. And I thought, I don't want to be angry in my house at my wife and my son because they don't deserve it. So I walked about 1.5 miles, sat down under a tree, pulled out my phone, and basically articulated my anger into a video. And then I thought, I'll just upload this to YouTube because what the hell? And it got like 6,000 views. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll do this some more. So I just kept being angry. And I mean, come on, let's face it. I don't swear as much as I used to. I was with my family earlier. And my sister gets very upset about my swearing. And I said, well, I don't swear as much as I used to because there's a guy that's gone now that, was really responsible for a lot of swearing.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it began.
I know that.
It just began because here's the other thing. It started because it's really wearing, and I'm sure a lot of Nebraska fans can relate to this.
Yeah.
You get angry about the losses, and then you carry that with you for 3 or 4 days.
You do.
And what I wanted to do is just get it all out of me at once, and then just not take it out on my wife, kids, coworkers, dog, cat.
Okay, Jon, let me
kids down the street.
So here's what I remember about the Minnesota situation and you back in the COVID era. I remember a video where you were on the field at Minnesota. I thought that's where you were going with this story, but obviously you went a different direction. You were on the field, you pulled the mask down, and you were, or maybe it was like one of the.
That wasn't during the pandemic.
Well, it was at
2021.
Okay, well, that was the video where I remember seeing and being like, damn, this guy is off his rocker. He's dropping F-bombs on the field with media credentials. He's got some issues. And then right after that, we started with the bathroom videos. I think that's kind of the cycle, right? That was my introduction to Corn Nation.
I did the Minnesota 2021. I got a little trouble for that. I think the first bathroom video was Northwestern game.
Okay.
Because I said
that was a crazy one. That got picked up by Barstool.
Connor, you're a professional.
At what?
A lot of things. We're just gonna leave it at that. No, I want to know, because you and I became friends, and actually I became friends with Jon because of YouTube. Why did you start your channel?
I started my channel because I wanted to do YouTube. And I was like, you know what? To start a YouTube channel, you've got to be passionate. You've got to do something that you like to talk about. And I thought, what is the most inspiring thing in my life every day that I look to and say, it makes me want to wake up in the morning, and it makes me want to think about and engage with other people or bring up certain topics and, philosophize,
I love it.
but dead serious. Nebraska was just so in me. I thought I got to start doing YouTube around Nebraska football. There weren't enough people doing it. And when I'd watch other people talk about it on YouTube, it didn't feel genuine. I didn't feel connected to it because most people who were talking about Nebraska football weren't real Nebraska fans. They were like national media guys, and they wouldn't get it right. They'd be talking about the backup tight end, like, oh, he could potentially be the starter. Da, da, da. It's like, what are you talking about? We already know who the starters are. Why are we just babbling for clicks? I didn't like that people were clickbaiting on YouTube. So when I started doing my content, I thought, I'm going to bring people real information. I'm going to be punchy. We're going to be quick with it. We're not going to waste an hour of their time because they're there and they only have so many hours in a day to watch content. So that's why I started. And it's been a really fun journey. And it brought me to Jon and it brought me to Minnie.
Yeah. And
There are so many now.
that's the thing that I wanted. That's why I wanted to do this interview, is because you two, I feel like, are the OGs, if you will. You're the reason that you bring so many people together, and I don't think either one of you have any idea.
I don't.
It's just,
Okay, I will say this. I know I bring people together because I look at my comment section and I see how many people have become friends through Corn Crazed.
That's true.
It's bizarre, but it makes sense. When I started the channel, I said, I want to meet people to talk about Nebraska football with. I know there are people out there. It's just where I live, they don't exist. So when I started to treat it like a community, and I started to engage with them on Discord and Instagram, and started to bring people together. I mean, I help people sell their tickets on game days. They'll hit me up and be like, hey, Connor, I got these tickets in the end zone. Someone else will say, hey, do you have any connections on tickets? I put them together. I just did one this morning. I've done it a bunch of times, though. My point is, this whole community idea is what's really fun about it. And I don't know about Jon and his deal because, you know, I watch Jon from a distance. But for the Corn Crazed group, it feels like you're in, what do they call it? The Corn Crazed army. It feels like you're literally part of this army defending our name as Nebraska fans. So I don't know.
man.
I guess that's
I guess we have a community. You know, I mean, we have regulars that show up on our shows all the time too. And I'm glad they're
Like
there.
cranky old men.
Yeah, like cranky old men, especially. You know, when she started, I got emails from people that you've got those too.
Yes.
Wait, what were
They were angry that I had allowed a chick
Yeah.
to come on. And what was the one comment? Women should stay out of men's hobbies was one of the comments. I got really nasty emails from some guys about,
Okay.
you know,
So Minnie, I'm going to jump in right here. Typically, men who are insecure with themselves have issues with women, right? And because they don't know how to battle their own demons, they take it out on other people. I can tell you guys this for sure. I'm not a Nebraska football expert. I do my homework. I pay attention. I do my research, right? Minnie, when I first met her, she came at me with notes. She's not a researcher. She's not like a historian. She's not a content creator. She's just a normal fan. And she's firing these detailed bullet points like, hey, you can use this information in your videos. I did all this research, da, da, da. I'm like, this is crazy. You're a casual fan, but you're doing this like it's a job or a serious hobby. And Minnie has earned, in my opinion, at least, she's earned respect as a Nebraska football creator because of the research she does and how much she pays attention to what's actually going on. And obviously the college football landscape outside of just what's happening in Lincoln. So I can tell you, because I've asked her millions of questions and made sure that she's a vetted, deserving person on YouTube to have a platform. I wouldn't have co-signed this. I wouldn't have co-signed this for Jon if Minnie was a bum. If Minnie was a woman, you know, because there are those women who I'm like, you know, let's go and do our research before we just, you know, use our looks to get in the space. Sometimes you can double down, have the looks and the knowledge. Minnie happens to be the whole package.
My
oh my
gosh.
God.
Oh my gosh. And
You sing.
on this note, no kidding. Because he needs to make sure they are a Nebraska fan, number one.
Building Corn Crazed.
Yeah, that too. Okay, so I need to know, what are you guys looking forward to this season the most from your communities that you've built? Are you wanting to grow your communities? Are you wanting more interaction? Are you wanting more collaboration?
Okay, well, I know my answer already. I can start and then I'll pass it to you. Okay, this is what I want on my
Take all the good ones.
No, there's only one.
Okay.
I love that I can talk about Nebraska football and get everybody to pay attention. But what I love even more is when I can actually be insightful on other things outside of just football, help guys, help people who have different ideas, help people who want to get into YouTube or want to get into business. I get so many messages and so many DMs about things that have nothing to do with what my channel is, and just in areas that people think they can, I guess, advance their life and look to me as someone who's, I guess, a North Star and can consult for them or whatever. I consult for tons of, I don't want to call them subscribers because not all of them are subscribers. Some are just casual fans, but people will reach out to me and ask for different things. And I like that I'm able to go and have conversations outside of just Nebraska football. And I can help people, advance in other ways in their life. So hopefully more people will watch the content and will watch my live streams where I'm giving more input on things outside of just X's and O's on football and what's happening with the drama behind the scenes at Nebraska. And let's have genuine, human conversation, because I'm actually friends with these people. And I don't talk to my friends only about football. I talk to them about girls. I talk to them about going out and business and hobbies outside of just, Matt Rhule and Dylan Raiola.
I guess for me, I got famous for the phrase, there is no hope, fuck everything, go Big Red. And what I'd like to see this season is for that phrase to go away, because it's pretty negative, and as a survivor, I never believed that there's not hope. It came out in frustration because I really, at the time I said it first, which was Illinois 2021 at the beginning of the season, I really felt there was no hope under Scott Frost. Well, that's all gone. So I think if I want one thing out of this season, including for my community, is to take that negative and come up with a positive catchphrase.
So is going from the negative downfall of Nebraska football to the positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Husk Guys is big on Twitter. You know them.
Oh, yeah. They sent me a care package of the beef jerky yesterday. I reviewed it on my channel. The pipeline for the.
I didn't get one. Anyway, they put on Twitter, they're always asking questions. They asked Twitter the other day, they said, what is your favorite football season? My answer is this one. I lived through all the 90s. I lived through all the past. That's great. It was a fun time, but I really think that this season is going to be the funnest in our lives. I think there's a lot of people that are like, college football is being destroyed by the portal and NIL, NIL. We have a 12-team playoff now. And I don't know if Nebraska is going to be good enough to make, even come close to that, but we're certainly look better. We're getting better. You got to realize I do history stuff. And in this season, for the first time, every school that gets a home game, playoff game, that game instantly becomes the most important game in that school's history. And for some schools, that's 120 years of football. So I think it's more exciting than ever. I think that there's a lot of changes. And when you get old, you get to be a decrepit old man. You look back and you go, I hate this, and it's change. And you have to ask yourself, is this change? Do I hate it because it's change? Or do I hate it just because it's bad? And it's a really valid question for people. So for I hit the old audience, right? You hit the new audience.
I'm going to tell you what, John.
What? Other than me not being decrepit.
Here's the problem. If Nebraska ends up losing to Colorado tomorrow, this take is going to age so poorly.
Yes, it is.
So I really hope they win, because everything you just said about the season will go out the freaking door and no one's going to care anymore. They're all going to be asking you to go back to the damn bathroom. Actually, go to this hotel bathroom in Minnie's, because it's closer than you going all the way back to Minnesota after the game.
All right. On that note, thank you guys. And how jealous are you guys of me right now? I mean, this is so fun. Wish you all were here. Go Big Red. Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Does Greg edit those?
I can chop it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we hit edit or did we hit end?